What's up, guys? This is OmegaLiar, and today I'm bringing you a gameplay here from Battlefield Hardline. Basically, what I'm going to be doing in this video is just going over my broad overview of the game, what I think of it, how I think it will do, and who knows, maybe by the time that the actual game comes out, this opinion won't hold much warrant. But I feel like I've had enough experience in this with these kinds of things to sort of know what's going on. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've actually played quite a bit of Battlefield. I played Bad Company 2 with some friends all the time. I played I played Battlefield 3 a lot. And I never got into Battlefield 4 because I heard of how much of a problematic game it was, even though it looked so great, although I did play the beta. But, I know, apparently that game was just too glitchy. So then this is the next game. It's called Battlefield Hardline, and basically it's like an advanced cops and robbers. And that's actually a pretty cool premise. At first, when I heard about that, I got pretty excited, because to me that sounds really cool. It sounds like you're going to have all sorts of different game modes where you can, for instance, in this game where you're stealing cars and trying to maintain them and do extraction zones and stuff like that, or you're going to be doing classic Battlefield stuff like Conquest and who knows what. But it also sounded like you might be able to do more, for lack of a better term, let's call it like a Call of Duty search and destroy type thing, when you have to go to an objective, like catch it and go, and it's just like one life per person kind of thing. Special ops, like feel epic, and that was kind of what you expect, sort of. Because, I mean, it's like the criminals versus the good guys. But, you know, in this game, I mean, it's just the beta, so I don't know everything that's going to be there. But it seems like they sort of took the wrong angle on it. In the mode, I think it's called, I'm not exactly sure, it's probably called like Hotwire or something like that. But in the mode where you're running around stealing cars, it seems like the game mode doesn't make sense, in a sense. For what it's worth, because you basically, these cars appear on the map and you have to run and pick them up, and the police can do that too, but then you never can fully understand why you're in a full-out war with the police and SWAT teams and whatever, and it's not very immersive in my opinion. It seems odd. It really does, to like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to be running around these cars, destroying everything in your path, trying to kill people. But, like, what? Why are they trying to steal the car? I don't know. Maybe there's a storyline that will explain all these things and answer my questions. But as of now, the game just seems a little bit confused. I mean, if it was like infiltrate this, like, car garage and drive them all the way back, and their maps were bigger, and it would seem to make more sense. But it's more just drive around in circles and collect points in order to beat the other team. So, I don't know. It seems weird. But that said, the game does look pretty good. I've heard some people mention that it doesn't look as good as Battlefield 4. I can't speak to that, but as far as I'm concerned, it looks good, and the sound is fantastic, and that's always something that Battlefield has had. But, and then, you know, I'm sure everyone has heard about the viral reloading things that have been going on with the Desert Eagle just kind of flipping his hands around, and and I think, what is it, the M16 or something, having the third guy give you a magazine. Like, I think that stuff is awesome, and I like that in a game like this that isn't necessarily such a serious game, that they do little Easter eggs like that. I think it's great. So the game definitely has a sense of humor, and you can tell from the music that plays in the cars, and the things that people say, and all these other little aspects that they throw into the game. But it's still, I don't know, I'm just not convinced about it. I feel like I played this game, and it's confused, or it feels like it's halfway between a Battlefield and a Cops and Robbers, and I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me, but there are some cool aspects. The attrition type game modes where you just run around and kill as many people as possible are always fun. That's classic Battlefield. You got your tickets, you do well with your team, you've got all these different things that you wouldn't find in a Call of Duty game, like revivals and squads and all these stuff that, if you play the team, can make the game a lot of fun. You can have your sniper, your assault, your support, everything, and it can make a team very, very powerful. But I don't know. Then I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna put jets in the game. That would be a personal downgrade to me, because in Battlefield 3, my absolute favorite thing to do was just grab the jets and fly around the map, acting as a support for my team and trying to like bomb certain areas and do all these things. But if that's not back in this game, I mean, that's a big aspect of the game right there that's gone. I mean, helicopters are great, but I'm terrible with them, so I don't enjoy them that much. But I recognize that they do have their place, but it's just not for me. Some people are good at them, some people know what they're doing, but it's just not me. So I don't know. I feel like the game is missing some stuff in a lot of aspects, and maybe it's just because the beta was thin. Who knows? These things could absolutely show up. But it seems to me like I just don't think this game is going to do that well, from what I can tell, because it doesn't feel 100% like a Battlefield, nor does it feel 100% like some kind of arcade shooter where you get to have tons and tons of fun running around and doing absurd things. That said, it is always great to do the parachutes jumping out of the tall buildings, but again, it still makes no sense in context of what you're actually doing. So I don't know. It feels confused. That's the real conclusion here. The game feels confused, and I mean that's neither here nor there. I know there's a ton of people that love it, and I know it's been getting great rep all over the place, but I can't share that opinion. I just can't. But for what it's worth, it is refined. It is probably going to end up being a very good game, and if they fix some of the little things that are around, like, I mean, there's some things that they can't. The fact that there's a whole game mode based around driving, and the car's mechanics are just strange. Like it seems like you can't really drift, which I mean everyone wants to. Everyone wants to feel like the badass car driver who can drift really hard and do all these great things, but it's not. It doesn't work, and I don't know. And then you drive around these massive trucks that seem like they don't work properly because when you back up, they have these. Like you feel like from the driver's perspective that they must be like crashing through 1,000 things, and it's just weird. The fact that they based a whole game around that and stuff, the mechanics seem odd, and I mean they work. It's easy, but it feels like it shouldn't be. And I mean maybe not everyone's a fan of that, but for me, terrible sniping right there. But for me personally, I want it to feel a little more realistic than that, because the game has certain, I mean, suspension of disbelief obviously, but there are certain aspects in this game that are supposed to be somewhat realistic. I mean the ideas you have behind the ammo and the ideas you have behind like the explosives and stuff like that, and the fact that you can't just heal after 5 seconds. If you get hit, you're generally going to be down unless you find a med kit. I don't know, it's not realistic by any means, but it does immerse a little bit in that sense. And this is just some more terrible sniping. God, I really should put down the sniper rifle. But anyway, I mean, did I enjoy my time in the game? Yes, sometimes. Was I a little confused at times? Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a little bit more of a tutorial with the new game modes, but I mean, you pick it up eventually and you figure out what's going on. But, I mean, all in all, I can't really get behind this game. I just can't. I mean, I'm not really playing Call of Duty anymore. This Battlefield isn't really doing it for me anymore. Maybe it's because it's just my opinion's changing, although Titanfall is freaking amazing. And now Titanfall 2 is going to be coming out sometime soon, so that's going to be awesome. Plus, you got the other games that are coming out eventually, but I don't know. I guess I was expecting more. They had time to refine Battlefield 4, and in some ways they took steps back, and that's just not great. But that was basically all I really want to say about the game. For what it's worth, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. And when the game comes out, maybe I'll give it a shot, depending on what all sorts of critics say and the big commentators and stuff like that. But as of now, I'm not going to be buying it. That's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, and that's that. But anyway, sorry I haven't been posting. For those of you who are still watching, sorry I haven't been posting more. I mean, I'm still getting into the mode of college, still trying to like get settled on a schedule. But the goal is within probably the month, I want to be able to upload 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. It's not too much, it's nothing big, but I am slowly rolling back into it. I actually finally ended my partnership with Zoom and Gaming, which is actually kind of a good thing. I'm moving back to just doing regular Google AdSense. The fact that this channel is still partnered is kind of cool, and I wanna expand on that. But anyway, that's the gameplay. 14-4, pretty good game, but not such a great game. So anyway, if you like this video, as always, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next commentary. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. Don't be too crazy. But I'm only human. Ooh, 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 ooh.